Hey Krista, this is Jeremy with Toriar Digital Marketing. So you responded to a post that I put out on Facebook to show you how to get more motivated seller leads. Well, this is your free video showing you what we do and how we do it to help you outrank your competition on Google. All right, I don't want to waste your time or mine, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to talk about three things in this video. We're going to talk about content, backlinks, and citations. Okay, as you can see, I've got your website pulled up here, Cypress Property Solutions. And I'll tell you right off the bat, before I even talk about content, this website looks exactly like almost word for word, except for your location. It's word for word, like about 4 or 5 other websites I've seen today. Okay, including the blog posts, which are word for word. And the reason I mention that is because Google doesn't like that. When they start seeing the exact same words on different sites, they basically ding you for plagiarism. Okay, so that this whoever you guys are getting this site from is hurting you. Okay, they're hurting your Google rankings. Right now, you don't have any Google rankings, so it's not a big deal. So you're not getting dinged yet. Okay, so but as far as content, you got some decent amount of content, but it's again plagiarized content. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your backlink profile real quick. So your backlink profile is pretty much empty. It shows you got one organic keyword, but I actually searched that. I'll go ahead and show you real quick since it's only one. But it's for Cypress Solutions, and I think that's a different company than Cypress Property Solutions. And I think that's why you've got that keyword. But I mean, you're position 100 on it, so you're not actually getting found for it. But it's showing up on there. Usually, when nobody has any backlinks, they don't have any keywords coming up. Okay, and the reason that one's coming up is because both those words are in your website title and in your meta title here. So, but we'll talk about more about what these metrics mean when we talk about your competitor. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. So the top keyword for your area. Now I know you're not actually in Chicago, but that was the nearest city that got volume. So we looked up We Buy Houses Chicago, which gets about 200 searches a month. Okay, so first thing you're going to see on a Google search normally is ads, and then next is the map pack. Occasionally, one or two of these don't show up. It's all dependent. But the map pack has a ranking factor as well, and we'll talk about that here in a minute when we talk about citations. Then you see the organic listings. So the top organic listing is one of the franchise companies, WeBuyUglyHouses.com, and it's their location page for Chicago. Okay, so let's go ahead and check them out. So this is them right here. I'm sure you've seen their site 100 times. They've got content, and they're allowed to copy their own content. Google doesn't ding you for that, and that basically they're copying their own content and just plugging in the location words. So these are cookie cutter as well, but it's cookie cutter from themselves, and that's allowed. So let's go ahead and take a look at their backlink profile. Now, to look up their backlink profile, I looked up just the location page because that's what we're trying to beat. That's what's ranking for Chicago. Okay, so they've got 19 referring domains with 106 backlinks, and they got a decent amount of those are do follow, which means they're passing power back to the page. Okay, so when I talk about power, I'm talking about their domain rating and their URL rating. Now, their domain rating is pretty high because their domain rating is for the entire site of WeBuyUglyHouses.com, which is nationwide. I think it's even in a few other countries as well, like Canada. So, that one of the things that these franchise companies kind of depend on is this URL rating being 22. Normally, with a backlink profile like this, it would not be 22. It would be like in the single digits, if that. Okay, but because they have such a high domain rating, they're kind of piggybacking off that domain rating. Okay, so this right here is what we have to beat. Now, what do these mean? The domain rating is for their entire domain, as I said, and it's a metric that's out of 100. They're ranking among all sites in Google's database, not just real estate sites, like every site that's out there. And the URL rating is the same thing, except it's just for this URL for the Chicago string. Okay. So since that's the one that's ranking, that's the one we have to beat. Okay. So they've got 49 keywords that are ranking somewhere, and as you can see from yours, that you were ranking position 100 for a keyword. Doesn't mean they're ranking on the first page, okay? But they're getting 314 organic traffic to this specific page every single month, okay? Because they're in that first position. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the Google My Business listing. Okay, so this is the Google Map Pack kind of blown up. And there's a couple ads here. Well, the next one after the ads is these guys right here, We Buy Houses Chicago, which are actually beating out We Buy Ugly Houses on the map pack. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out why. So there's three things that rank a site or a Google My Business listing. One is your overall site ranking. Another is your optimization of your Google My Business listing. And then the last is your quality and quantity of citations. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at their citations real quick. Okay, so they have one citation. Now, what's a citation? It's basically directory listing with your name, address, phone number, or just name and phone number in different spots throughout the web. They have one citation. Being that they're first on the map pack, I would assume that citation is actually a pretty strong citation. Just like backlinks have to have good power, pass back power to your page, citations are kind of treated the same way. If they're coming from a good a website with good power, then it's going to give you more power as well. So being that they only have one, it's very likely that whoever they've got it from is a good quality citation. So we can copy that citation and give you 50 more, and like we'll be untouchable, you know. So to recap, we talked about content, backlinks, and citations. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. If you need any help with any of this, you can give us a call at 317-961-3757, or you can just reply to the email that we sent this video on. Have a great day.